What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Ghouls Gaming and Tech channel. We have another case video for you guys, short and sweet. You guys know my motto on this channel when it comes to these case videos. At least I like to keep it short and sweet because you guys are important and I know you have things to do. I like to get you guys from point A to point B as quick as possible without wasting you guys time, and this video is no different. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's definitely appreciated. It's the best way that I and YouTube know you guys enjoy these type of videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, now as you can see, this is the Aulumu A17 Frosted, like thermal case. Basically, I am interested in pretty much all of Aulumu's cases for this phone at least, and I had my eye on this one for a minute, but I just never got it. But I was just like, why not? The price on this bad boy, you can find this on Amazon.com. The link will be in the description below. But the price on this is $39.98. That's a great price. I really like that price for this. Aulumu's cases are usually a bit higher. They're usually about $45, $50. I've seen some $80, which is a little bit too high for me, but this one, $40 for this case. I like it. Now, this thing you're seeing right here, this does not come with the case. I bought this separate. I think this was about $30 on its own. Again, it's just a magnetic. It already has MagSafe, but this is another like magnetic kickstand type of thing. But it also, you can hold it like a pop socket type deal as well, and it has like so many degrees of adjustable angles. I mean, you can move this thing however you want to and it's gonna stick. So this was separate. So if you do want this as well, the link will be in the description for this bad boy. Again, I think it was like $30. Next thing on the list is cutouts and the buttons. So let's look around here. But also with this case, which most cases don't have, this has like a soft silicone type padding to go in this portion right here. So this camera plateau is not actually touching this, which, do they really have to do that? No, but it's a nice touch. Like, you figure more phone companies or phone case companies would do something like that, but it's a nice little soft silicone touch, so it's not directly on the hard plastic, which is an amazing idea. I never would have thought of that. So as you can see, you have a smaller cutout right here for your camera modules. You have a cutout for your flash and everything right there. I'm happy it's not the full cutout, which is most phone cases, they have a full cutout for the camera plateau, but I like how this one is kind of individualized and put in sections. And you can see right here, you have some little holes right here. I guess that's for thermal or purposes, you know, to keep the phone cool. You have a little dot right here. This actually changes colors. It's red, and I think when it's actually getting warm, as you can see, it says CPU. When it's actually getting warm, this thing turns orange. So that lets me know the phone's a little bit too hot, which is a nice little touch. You have your power / Apple Intelligence / Siri button right there. You have a, not necessarily a button and not necessarily a cutout, but you have for your camera control right there. On the bottom, you have cutouts for your speakers and your charging port. And then on this side, you have some branding right here, designed by Aulumu. And then right here, you have your volume up and down rockers, and then your action button right there, and then nothing on the top. All right, next thing on the list is the feel and the grip. How does this bad boy feel? So there's some texture right here for where your fingers actually rest on the case. So as you guys can see, I don't know if it's hard to tell, but there's actually some texture right there that pretty much goes against the ridges of your finger, so you can actually get a little bit more grip, and it's actually on both sides, which is nice. And it kind of goes all the way down the case, goes all the way down. It's not on the top right here, and that's where the grip is. So the grip is very solid. It feels nice and rugged, at least where your fingers would touch. And the feel just, you know, feels like a hard plastic. Obviously, you have some pretty unique designs right here, and whether these designs have a function, to me, it doesn't really matter because it looks freaking cool. I mean, you actually are putting stuff on the case. Most cases, they're just the case and that's it. There's no design or anything extra to it. Besides Taurus is pretty decent, but Aulumu by far has the most aesthetic when it comes to their cases. But you can see, not just putting a MagSafe ring here, but they put all this stuff around it, put this little indicator. It kind of looks like a little old school record player type thing. You have some designs right here. Obviously, you have that. Just nice little accents, and then how this is two-tone. It's almost like three-toned, but you have black against the frosted white, which is pretty cool. All right, next thing on the list is fit and protection. Now, I cannot talk about fit and protection without throwing this bad boy on, so let me put this silicone little guider in here. You sit that in there. As you can see, everything lines up. That little pad is giving you that extra protection. Doesn't make the phone feel thick or anything, but yes, nice little cutout right here. Everything right here is cut out pretty precise as well. Buttons are extra clicky. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Then you have your camera control. Let's make sure the camera control works. And then your controls. So you can get to them just fine, no issues. Charging port and your speakers, pretty evenly split as far as the cutout for that. Volume rockers are responsive. And then let's test out my action button, which I have to translate. That works just fine. So yes, the fit is very nice. Doesn't feel like it's gonna come out. And the protection, obviously you're protected on all four corners, which is great. And then you have some protection with that camera plateau as well. Obviously you have that protection as well. All right, next thing on the list is wireless charging and MagSafe. So if you do end up getting this ring, I got black, but when you're charging, when you're wirelessly charging, you got to take this off if you do decide to get this, because it will not charge through that unless you actually plug it in. But yes, let's see. Wireless charging, there's MagSafe right here. Plug that up, boom. As you can see, it is charging and MagSafe work. Let's check the strength of this magnet, which is pretty good. I'm shaking this thing. Next thing on the list is drop resistance and reliability. This pretty much goes into durability. Now, what does that mean? Basically, if I drop this 100 times, will this case hold up 100 out of 100 times? So as long as I've had this case, which has been pretty, I think I've had this case for about 2-3 weeks now. It's been holding up. I haven't had any issues. Some cases, if they're too thin or not as durable, these corners will pop off if you drop your phone, definitely on concrete or the right angle. That's not the case with this. This is a very strong and sturdy plastic, so those corners are not gonna pop off. And also the durability of the case itself. So I was riding my bike yesterday. Yeah, I was riding my bike yesterday or the day before, and I had this in like a phone mount on the bike, on the handlebars, and then I went over a curb and I forgot I had this on the back in the phone mount, so it was not causing it to basically latch completely. So the phone dropped on concrete with the case on it. The phone case itself, it held up, but I did get a little fraying on like these corners from just it grazing the concrete. I'm slightly OCD, so I just bought another case because I can't deal with that. But as far as overall, the case was fine. Like the case didn't crack or anything. Obviously it landed on concrete, so concrete and plastic, it's gonna like shred a little bit or fray a little bit, but the case didn't crack or come apart. My phone was just completely fine. It didn't pop off or anything like that. Last segment is what I like to call on this channel edge control. Now, what does that mean? Anytime I get a case, I like to rub my finger up, down, left, and right, just to see how far or how high the case is actually raised over the display, the main display. So if my finger is met by resistance, that is a good sign. That means the case is slightly higher than display. If it doesn't meet any resistance and it kind of falls off like a little waterfall, that lets me know that more than likely, if I drop my phone with this case, then my screen is going to take some damage. And with that being said, this does have a slight razivity, I would say, as my guy Flossie Carter would say. Definitely recommend this one. I like this one a lot. Definitely with this little MagSafe ring right here. Like this thing is super cool. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.